I've been testing Zigbee2MQTT for a few months now, and I'm finally ready to give you my opinion. In this video, I'm going to show you an overview of the Zigbee2MQTT interface, compare it to Zigbee Home Automation, and finally let you know whether I've decided to keep using it or switch back to ZHA. Let's start with a quick explanation of Zigbee2MQTT. If you are running Home Assistant, there are two main ways to locally and directly control Zigbee devices: Zigbee Home Automation, or ZHA, which is the native solution and is what I've been using for many years now, and Zigbee2MQTT. For the latter one, there are a couple of options when it comes to the installation, but I'm not going to discuss them in this video. If you are interested in a full tutorial, let me know in the comments. Just for reference, I decided to install it in a Docker container and use the Mosquito add-on in Home Assistant, but that should be irrelevant for the purposes of this video. An MQTT broker is needed though, since, as the name implies, communication with Home Assistant is done via MQTT messages. Now let's take a look at the Zigbee2MQTT interface. The GUI is available as a web page, and the demo screen shows you an overview of your network and its connected devices. On the left, we have the navigation bar, and at the bottom there's a button to let new devices join the network. If we click on it, a countdown window appears, giving us a clear indication of how much time is left before having to restart the process. This timer can be adjusted in the settings for up to just over 4 minutes. Once a new device joins the network, we can name it and also automatically push this change to the Home Assistant entity. The dashboard provides a nice interface to directly control all of our devices. It's highly useful for debugging, but otherwise, it will generally be replaced by your Home Assistant dashboard and automations. Now, while we go through the rest of the GUI, let's start talking about the difference I noticed between ZHH and Zigbee2MQTT. First, a quick disclaimer. For this test, I also switched my Zigbee coordinator from the COM-B2 to a Sonoff dongle, so I can't be absolutely sure how this hardware change impacts the overall result. The first difference that I noticed is that running Zigbee2MQTT will group all your devices under the MQTT integration. This can feel a little odd at first, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. Another annoying aspect is that some entities and actions are discovered by Home Assistant only after they've been triggered for the first time. What this means is that when we add a new remote, for example, we might not see all the action associated with the button until we manually short press, long press, double press every single button, and so on. Honestly, these are the only annoyances that I've noticed so far. On the other hand, my Zigbee network has been more reliable than ever. Devices that were acting weirdly, like the Symfonisk remote that wasn't working properly, as discussed in the dedicated video, are all working like a charm now. And finally, the over-the-air update management is significantly better and easier to handle than in ZHH. I updated almost all my devices without an issue or special configuration. Out of 20 devices, there's only one stubborn remote that isn't updating for some reason, still unclear to me. Overall, I found Zigbee2MQTT to be better than ZHH, and its performance entirely compensates for the hassle of managing third-party software. This is why I've decided to stick with Zigbee2MQTT for the time being. In any case, I'm keeping a secondary instance of ZHH to monitor its evolution, therefore whenever possible I try my best to feature ZHH along Zigbee2MQTT in future tutorials. And now, how about you? Are you running Zigbee2MQTT or ZHH? What has your experience been like? Let me know in the comments and check out my other tutorials on Home Assistant.